Also, I guess I just want to remember what this looks like. Crude. This I have to glue all together, and I'm going to make sides for it, spray paint it all black, and I don't know, there's just something I like about the way the solids coming through the planes, and while it's still flexible, how it looks all slanted and so on. I just think that's makes for some really interesting shapes. Something I guess I want to remember, so I find it interesting now, and if I don't remember, I'll forget, and I won't remember if I don't document it. These are less interesting, of course, but necessary. Maybe that's like me. I don't know why, but I'm really enjoying the way these shapes are stacked together. I just picked them up to get them out of the way for a minute. And I just like the way they look. I want to tip them. Just a few moments ago, I told myself I'm like an orangutan. I guess what I meant by that was that I'm primitive. And then I told myself that that's an insult to orangutans. I have no idea what type of bug that is. Imagine having antennas bigger than you. Cold air rising. And I guess the last note on things being counterintuitive is that or counterintuitive, what I mean, like it doesn't seem like this fits in here, but it does. That's what made this. I used this shape to make this, and when it all comes together, I mean, it's perfectly rational, it's what fits, it's what is. But at first glance, this and this, to my first glance, don't seem to have anything to do with each other. Yet they have everything to do with each other. This wouldn't be without this. Could I say this wouldn't be without this? Well, this is a model. This is a philosophical toy model, not reality. If it were reality, then one could not exist without the other. But this is a fiction. And I used this to create this. But if we're looking from the future, maybe it does go the other way around. Anyway, what I'm getting at is someone with a better mind, a bigger mind, a more perfect mind than mine would see this connection immediately. Someone who could count bigger at first glance. But I can't. Yet. Maybe someday I will. Maybe not. There are others who can, who have, who will. But what I'm getting at is that even for those folks who could count this, you know, could they count the sand on the beach, the stars in the sky, the cells in the body, the thoughts in a mind, the hopes in a heart? You know, at some point, we'd imagine that the numbers exceed what can be conceived, contemplated, perceived immediately. And at that point is where reality is inconceivable, or appears inconceivable, where reality appears counterintuitive, where what is, seems as though it's not. Never mind magic, never mind sleight of hand, never mind, you know, the tricks and the fictions and the lies and the veiled lessons. What is confusing, confounding, and counterintuitive. And I'm using the word counterintuitive in the common sense, not necessarily in an exact sense. But I guess that's just another lesson for me for today, to remind myself that what is and what seems to be are very different. And it's not all just smoke and mirror stuff or like crazy woo-woo stuff. It's partly my own, our own incapacity to put the shapes together in the right way in our minds. Never mind our hearts. This is a picture of it all together. So all of this fits in this. It's counterintuitive, I've made other videos about counterintuitive things. Regarding this shape and how it's counterintuitive. Whoops. And it's been kind of smushed. It's counterintuitive that this shape fits in here, even though it's pretty darn close to rational, which is saying a lot, really. Glad I figured this much out. It's counterintuitive. It's counterintuitive. That goes there. I mean, to me, I figured it out, I did it. But when I look at it, I don't see it. I'm not there yet. I've got some work to do on the structure. But anyway, yeah, it's counterintuitive that all of this, when folded up, is going to fit into this and make me a little light tunnel. I hope. Well, it'll make a light tunnel. I just hope it works the way I want it to, you know? It might work.
Creating an environment, sound, sonically. This was a case where Chick Colean, the sound designer, and Hans Zimmer spent a good deal of time with Dan Hanley and Mike Hill and myself. And there was a tremendous amount of experimentation. There was a lot of give and take, and a lot of detailed, thoughtful consideration given to the sound design work and what Hans was doing in his score.
I wasn't going to say anything, but it's funny how this object has this many sides. The sides are put next to each other. It looks like there's so many more. I mean, to me, it just looks like there's more. Of course, they're spread out and longer and everything else, but doesn't that look like so many sides? I can't really count past 2, so I'm not really sure the brain can understand more than 3, or at least mine. That's the thing too. Sometimes when we think about brains, think about minds, you can't really ever outthink your own mind. One's own mind. I can't outthink my own mind. For a project connected with a project, it's a multi-part project.